Have you ever set ambitious goals only to find yourself giving up when things get tough, or feeling like you're just banging your head against the wall? In this video, I'm going to reveal a timeless and proven method inspired by legendary Ray Dalio. This approach will not just change how you set goals, but it will fundamentally transform your entire relationship with goal setting. Make sure to watch until the end, as I'm going to share some tips that most people overlook when setting goals. Hey guys, if you're new here, this is Outperform, and this channel breaks down self-development concepts through unique visualizations and insights that are often overlooked when actually implementing these concepts. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Ray Dalio's 5-step process looks like this. Set a goal, encounter and identify the problems to your goals, and don't tolerate it. Identify the root cause to your problems. Design a game plan to solve your problems. And last but not least, execute. Now let's look at each step in greater detail. The first step is about setting clear goals. Personally, I like to set 2-year goals, but it really depends on you and your goals. And after I set my goals, I kind of almost forget about it, and I will start to focus on the process and the actions that will lead me to my goals. But I will come back to that in step 4 when we start to design the game plan. The second step is about identifying and encountering the problems. It may be hard in the beginning, but each problem is an opportunity for you to rise and improve. Look at each problem as a necessary step you need to take to come closer to your goals. After you have identified the problems, you can't tolerate it, because tolerating the problem will yield the same result as if you did not identify the problems in the first place. The third step is about identifying the root cause. This is probably the most overlooked step in the goal setting process, because after identifying the problems in step 2, most people will just jump straight to step 4 and try to find solutions for the problems. But this is a mistake. You have to take time to identify the root cause. Most people also actually don't identify the root cause, but they identify a symptom. And the difference between a symptom and a root cause is that a symptom is usually an action or inaction that led to your problems, while a root cause is usually a character trait. So a symptom could be that you are not eating enough healthy food, but the root cause may be that you're actually not a disciplined person. So you see here that symptom is more about what you do, a verb, while a root cause is more about who you are, an adjective about yourself. And this is also why you see a lot of people actually change when they achieve a goal, because they actually had to become a new person to obtain that goal. The next step is about designing a game plan. And for this step, I like to reverse engineer my goals. And by this, I mean that I like to look at my end goal and work backwards from there. Let's say I have a 2-year goal, and that 2-year goal is divided into 5 big phases. I will then identify the 4th phase and what goals I need to reach in this phase to be 1 step away from my end goal. Then I will start to identify the 3rd phase and what goals I need to reach in this phase to be 1 step away from the 4th phase. I will work backwards like that all the way until today. That way, I know that my daily tasks are connected to my end goal, and that each task I complete will bring me 1 step closer to my end goal. After this, I like to ask myself certain questions to make me think outside the box. And these questions are: if I had to double, triple, or even quadruple my goals, what would I do? What are the possible challenges to my goal, and how would I prevent those? What would I put in place such that I will be surprised if I didn't manage to follow through with my goals? What would I do to make it impossible for me to fail? The last step in the goal setting process is execution. You've set your goal, you identified the problems and the root causes to those problems, and you designed a game plan. But none of them matters if you don't execute. So work on your prioritized task list 1 at a time and get after it. Now, let's move on to essential tips for the process. First of all, you need to do all 5 in sequential order. We touched upon this earlier, that most people would jump straight to solutions and deciding a game plan for their goals. But this is a mistake. You need to do them in sequential order, and you need to do them thoroughly. Each step gives you more information that may lead you to modify the next step. And when you complete one cycle of the goal setting process, you start again with more information. Second, you need to do all 5 steps well to succeed. But no one is really good at all the steps, because each step requires a different skill set. To give you a personal example of this, I know I'm pretty good at setting goals, identifying problems, and designing a plan. But I'm more mediocre at not tolerating the problem and executing. To solve this problem, I can work with somebody that is really good at execution. That way, he will lift me up to his standards of execution. And at the same time, he will benefit from my goal setting and design skills. It's a win-win situation where we both make up for our weaknesses. Another way for me to solve this issue is to hire a coach. A good coach will increase my execution skills because he will make me accountable for my actions.
Lastly, I also track and gamify my progress through a personal tracker that I made, and I linked it in the description if you want to check it out.